I want to thank you for joining Sharsheret today for Beauty Hacks, Sephora's Brave Beauty. My name is Melissa Rosen, and I am the Director of Community Education at Sharsheret. And today we will be joined by Sephora Beauty Experts and survivors who will share application tips and product suggestions to help address the visible side effects of cancer treatment. Before we begin though, I have a couple of housekeeping items that I'd like to share. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on Sharsheret's website along with a transcript. If you would like to remain anonymous, please turn your camera off. We will remove all names before posting on our website. You may have noticed that all participants were muted upon entry into the webinar. Please keep yourself on mute throughout the call. We actually recommend that you keep your screen on speaker view. This will enable you to see the presentation clearly. You have that option to change to speaker view on the top right-hand side of your screen. We've received several questions, many questions before the call, and if you have any additional questions, I would, as the presentation begins, I would like you to type them into your chat box, which you can access from the bottom of your screen. We had an overwhelming response to this webinar. We will focus on questions today where the answers will help the most number of people. As a reminder, Sharsheret has been providing telehealth services to the breast and ovarian cancer communities for almost 20 years. And although we could never have imagined the world the way it is today, through our services, we have been preparing for this moment to continue to be there for you and to help each and every one of you. Among our many programs to help women and their families navigate different aspects of the cancer experience, today I want to highlight three that may be of particular interest to you because you are on today's webinar. Our Bella Chatsky Diamond and Sylvia Diamond Geller Best Faced Forward program provides women with the tools to address today's topic, the cosmetic side effects of treatment. Each kit, and I want to show you an example of what it is. It comes in a box here like this with with directions on how to use the products and all sorts of brow guides and paraben-free lotions and makeups. And it's a free kit and available to anyone dealing with breast or ovarian cancer. Our new BFF 2.0 program provides need-based subsidies to help women address some of the important non-medical needs, including the purchase of a wig, the use of cold caps to reduce hair loss during chemo, and micropigmentation, otherwise known as tattooing, to help complete breast reconstruction. Our Genetics for Life program connects women and men with our wonderful genetic counselor to discuss the issues surrounding hereditary cancers. It's important to note that we now know that BRCA mutations in particular not only impact breast and ovarian cancer risk, but several other cancers, including melanoma. And as we're discussing skincare here, that's particularly relevant. That is something we should certainly be keeping in mind as we care for our skin. As we move into the webinar itself, I also want to remind you that Sharsheret is a national nonprofit support and education organization and does not provide any medical advice or perform any medical procedures. The information provided by Sharsheret is not a substitute for medical advice or treatment for specific medical conditions. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat a health problem. As always, seek the advice of your physician or qualified health provider with any questions you may have. Okay, so let's get to it. Today's presenters have a wealth of knowledge and unique skills. Sue King is a senior manager leading Sephora's Classes for Confidence Social Impact program. These classes use Sephora's strength in teaching to support people facing major life transitions by inspiring confidence and a sense of belonging. She launched the program 4.5 years ago and has already reached more than 80,000 people. Our other presenter today is Erica Frass. She is a makeup artist, beauty educator, and coordinator for Sephora's social impact team. In addition to classes, Erica supports diversity and inclusion initiatives, which help people from all walks of life feel included, feel special, and feel heard. Okay, I want to turn it over to the two of you. And remember, as questions arise, type them into the chat. In between each section of today's webinar, we'll ask some relevant questions.
Thank you so much, Melissa and Sharsheret, Jessica, and Yael. It's been really great connecting with you. I know we met the group about probably 2 or 3 years ago at a conference, the Young Cancer or Young Survivor Coalition, the session in Oakland that they hosted. And so it was really great to kind of bring this full circle. And just to give you a little more background on the Classes for Confidence program, normally we deliver these sessions in store, and they're hands-on experiences, small groups, about 12 people, and they're led by our team of beauty educators. And obviously, since our stores have been shut down and given the current circumstances with COVID, we've had to transition to a virtual format. So it's actually really kind of exciting in the way. There is a bit of a silver lining because it is allowing us to reach more people and in a safe way. You're able to be in the comfort of your own home, not exposed to what's out there in the world. And, you know, our goal with this session today is really to educate you, share some tips and tricks that might help make a difference, and really give you a chance to have some fun, because a lot of this stuff we're learning today is fun, and some of it takes practice. Erica is a great educator, and she's going to do a great job trying to get through all the content. And again, as Melissa mentioned, if you could just, so we can get through everything, chat your questions in. We will do our best to address everything after each section. We will also, I will send you a copy of all the links. So if Erica refers to specific products, I will send you a follow-up email with the survey that they normally send out that will have all that information. And in addition, we do have some video tutorials that are super helpful. They feature our own employees who are survivors themselves, sharing their skincare, complexion, and brow and eyeliner tips. So we'll also include those links, so you've got that. Anyway, I'm going to hand it over to Erica, and thank you again. We're super excited to have you, and just have fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Sue. Hello, friends. My name is Erica, and I will be your facilitator today. So I wanted to give you a quick little rundown, a little bit more about me, so you know who your new friend is. I come originally from Buffalo, New York, and I have been scouted and brought over to the Bay Area to work more closely with corporate headquarters. And now I have the opportunity to be working at corporate headquarters, and it's been such a dream for me. I've been with Sephora for almost 8 years. Next year is actually going, or next month, excuse me, is going to be my 8-year anniversary with the company, and I couldn't be happier to work with such a beautiful group of people and be able to sit in front of you all today. So let's get started in what we're going to learn today. So first, we're going to cover skincare. I'm going to show you a really nice basic routine of how to treat and prep your skin. Then after that, we're going to go into brow mapping. And then after brows, I'm going to teach you a really cool trick with eyeliner to help to improve the look of your lashes if you do have lashes. And if you don't have any lashes, I'm going to show you how to create the illusion of some lashes. Then after that, I'm going to share with you my top 3 tricks for using false lashes. And sometimes that can be a little intimidating, but I'm going to give you my top 3 tips that hopefully will make it a little more approachable for you. And then after we talk about liner and lashes, I'm going to spend a little bit of time about, oh, there we go, concealer as well. So this is the rundown. So skincare, brows, liner and lashes, and then concealer. Awesome. So let's get started. So for skincare, that's probably my favorite area to talk about because it does make such a difference in your skin. And a lot of times, obviously with treatment, your skin becomes compromised. So I'm going to show you some really awesome products that will help to calm and soothe your skin. So first step in any skincare routine, you're going to want to wash your face. You want to wash your face every day. Even if you don't go outside or if you don't feel like your face is dirty, oils are still producing in your skin. So that kind of just sits on the top of your face. Also, dead skin does pile up too. So think of your skin cells as kind of like a escalator. Those stairs on the escalator just keep coming at you, coming at you. That's the same way with our skin. So the new skin cells come up to the surface and they just kind of pile up and lay on top of each other. So that is another thing that is sitting on top of your skin. So we want to do our best to remove any impurities, any oil, any dirt, or if you're wearing makeup, any leftover makeup on the skin. So I am going to show you two different options. This one is from a pharmacy. It's called Green Clean. And this one is a cleansing balm. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's really cool. It's actually a solid, and my favorite, as you can see, I use it a lot. If this came in a gallon tub, I would buy the gallon tub. This is a solid balm. And what you do is you just take a little scoop out, warm it up your hands. You're going to notice that it does melt down. And then you can use dry hands, dry face. This is going to remove makeup. It's going to help to cleanse your skin. And it's something that's very calm and soothing for the skin. It's very gentle. You can use it on your eyes, your lips, your face. I even use it because I do special effects makeup as well. I actually use it on some of my special effects makeup and it breaks that down too. So I love that. Another option is going to be like a cleansing water, like this one here from Dr. Jart. I like this because if I'm not wearing makeup and I just want to remove a little bit of the day off of my face, I could just use it on a cotton round, put the water on it, and then this is okay to use for your eyes, lips, and face as well. So this is a really cool way to remove and cleanse your face. And of course, you can still use your traditional cleansers as well. So things to keep in mind is how your skin feels after you wash your face. So that's going to help guide us into finding out what type of skin you have. So if you have more dry skin, you'll notice after you wash your face, your skin can feel tight or a little uncomfortable. Typically, that means your skin is more on the dry side. If you get out of the shower and maybe like a couple hours after you wash your face, you'll notice that your face appears a little shiny where you get some oil on the top of your skin. That could tell you that your skin's a little bit more on the oily side. Another way to try and figure out if you're oily or not is if you take your fingers and you just press right on your cheeks like that. And then you can kind of feel those oils on your fingers from pressing in and having the pores come out, or the oils come out of your pores. So that's another way. And if you don't see that your skin is one or the other, odds are you have a more normal skin type, which is great because you can use a lot of different types of products. So remember, after you wash your face, pay attention to what your skin is telling you. And sometimes you could be a combination, so a little bit of both. And that is totally okay as well. So you want to make sure that we retain balance in the skin. And we'll talk about balance in just a minute. So first step is to cleanse your face. Second step is to treat your skin. So second step is to treat. So treatments can come in the form of using a face mask, or it could be an exfoliator, or it could be a serum. So those are all three different types of treatments that we can use for our face. And I will talk about all three of those. So a face mask is great to use about once a week. And that's going to be just like your rev-upper or fixer-upper for your face. And there are many different types of face masks to use. There are the sheet masks that you see that you just place over your face and let it sit for a little while. Then you take the little tissue off of your face and then you can put the rest of your skincare on. There are the face masks that you see in a squeezy tube or a tub that you smear on. And those face masks are great because Once a week, use it for your skin. You see those immediate results. There's a lot of concentration of those helpful ingredients that are going to help to repair or prevent any damage from your skin. Face masks can address many different types of concerns, such as oiliness, dryness, acne, brightening the skin, all sorts of things. I also have this one here that's a really fun mask from a brand called Dr. Jart. And this one is for brightening. And I love this because for me personally, I have a lot of post-acne scarring because I have hormonal acne and I'm a naughty kitty. I like to pick my face. I can't help it. You should not pick your face. Don't do what I do. But this brightening one is really helpful for scarring and even redness in the skin too. And the cool thing about this is you get to mix up your own mask inside the cup. And it comes with a little spatula that you can spread it along your face. So you kind of put icing on your face and your face is kind of like a cake. So I really like this one, and they come in calming and soothing as well. So if your skin's a little compromised or angry, that's a really great way to calm and soothe your skin. So face masks once a week can cover a lot of different concerns. Beautiful thing to use for a treatment. Another treatment, and this one's probably my favorite, is exfoliating. So exfoliating is extremely important for our skin, and that should be done about once a week as well. So exfoliating is going to remove that dead skin off the top layer of your face. Like we were saying, it's kind of like that escalator, or even outside, if you don't rake your lawn of the leaves that fall down in the fall time, the lawn's going to be compromised underneath. So we want to make sure that we remove that layer of dull dead skin. But you want to do it gently as well, because you don't want to take something super abrasive to your skin, because that's just going to irritate your skin even more. So we want to be very gentle and thoughtful about what products we use. One of my go-tos is this one right here. It's from a brand called Peter Thomas Roth, and this is called Firm X Peel Gel. So this one I absolutely love, and I use very, very frequently. This is probably my like 7th or 8th time purchasing this, and working for Sephora, we get a lot of products to try out, but this is something that I will consistently purchase, which speaks volumes for a Sephora employee. And I'll demo how it's used on the back of my hand. So you want to start off with clean, dry skin. It's a gel, and it has little enzymes in here that are going to eat away at the dull, dead skin on your face. And all you'll do is take this and you'll want to rub on your face. And as you're rubbing this on your face, you'll notice and you'll feel that it's going to pill up, and there's going to be little balls coming up on your skin. Sounds wild, right? So what are those little balls that are peeling up, Erica? Those little balls are actually enzymes and dull, dead skin coming together. And you can kind of see that on my hand. Kind of gross, but extremely satisfying because it's not on your skin anymore. So that is one of my favorite things to use. And the best thing about this product is that you're never going to over exfoliate your face, because if you don't have any dead skin on your face, this product is not going to show you any of that pilling. And the best thing about exfoliating is how smooth your skin feels afterwards. And then the other bonus is that you're going to have brighter skin, smoother skin, and all the skincare products that you're going to put on top is going to actually penetrate deeper into the skin, because it doesn't have to get through that barrier of first layer of dead skin. It can just go and be absorbed right into your face. So then we have a nice smooth, and you can even see the difference in the brightening too in my hand. So this is the one we did the exfoliating. This one, it did not get exfoliated. So you can see it's, except for my veining, a lot brighter. So I love some exfoliation. The next product for treatment that you can use, now you don't have to use all of these at the same time, same day, pick and choose. Like I said, listen to your skin and what it needs. So the last step in the treatment step is going to be some type of a serum that I'm going to talk about. So vitamin C serums are extremely popular because they're going to be your BLT. And what do I mean by that? Vitamin C is going to brighten, that's your B, I wish it was bacon. That'd be a lot better. And then L is going to be lighten. And then the T is going to be tighten. So that's your BLT that vitamin C does. So vitamin C is really beautiful for the skin because it's also an antioxidant. And we want to use this one. Vitamin C is you want to use during the day. So typically vitamin C serums are going to be orangey in color in the packaging. So remember, orange like the sun, so you're going to use it during the daytime. So usage, all you want to do is take a couple of drops. Anything in a dropper like this, you only want to get about 3 drops because that's all you need for your face. And we definitely want to make sure that this product is spreads as far as we can go, and we really want to stretch the product out. So I like to warm it up in my hand like this, and then all you're going to do is press into your skin. So pressing is going to be a lot better than rubbing, because rubbing is going to create more friction and irritation to your skin. So I like to press into my face like this because it's a lot more gentle. And then you can use it on your neck. And if your chest is exposed, you can use it on your chest as well. So this will help for dark spots. It's going to tighten, and it's going to even out skin tone as well. So do we have any questions on the cleansing or treating options?
We actually do. We have some questions that are related specifically to skincare.
Awesome.
Somebody said that they have multiple chemical allergies and have really had a hard time finding makeup ever, not just during the cancer experience. Are you aware of some products that she might be able to use?
Yeah, so we actually do have a really extensive list of products that are safe to use for easily irritated or sensitive skin types. There is a whole entire category called clean, and these products that are deemed clean at Sephora are going to be safe for any skin type, even the most sensitive. So these products, we have a whole list of, I think it's over 35 or 50 ingredients that we stay away from when we are dubbing these products clean. So there's a lot of options for brands that we carry. So you can go to Sephora.com and go under the section called Clean Beauty. They have skincare options. There is makeup options. There are also fragrance options too, which is really cool. So there's a lot of options. And some of the brands that I love for skincare are going to be Drunk Elephant, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. There is also that brand Pharmacy with the makeup cleanser that is clean as well. And then some makeup brands, Ilia is a really great brand to take a look into. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the clean options as well. But those are going to be great. Anything that's going to be calming and soothing for your skin is going to be a lot better for you. And definitely check the ingredients list as well. Typically, brands that are clean have a shorter ingredient list. And sometimes if they don't have a shorter ingredient list, it's just because they put the longer names on there. So it looks like there's a lot of extra put into it. But yeah, take a look at the clean. I think you'll really like it.
We do have a couple of other questions. I'm going to try and ask a couple questions in between each section, and then we'll ask more at the end.
Yeah.
But a couple of people were concerned that vitamin C oil, or oil with vitamin C might not be good for rosacea or even while you're in chemo.
Yeah, so what I would suggest for that is, like I said before, listen to your skin for sure. And the second thing is, if you have any ingredient questions or concerns, I am not a medical professional. I am just a beauty educator and social impact junkie. So I would definitely say run it by your doctor, because maybe they can give you some good tips and tricks around the vitamin C. The reason why we suggest vitamin C is because it's an amazing antioxidant. And of course, if your skin is really irritated, we want to stay away from anything that has a really high concentration of active ingredients. So vitamin C at that time would not be appropriate for you, but you can substitute that out for a calming and soothing and hydrating serum instead. There are a lot of different types of serums to use, but I would opt for something that has hyaluronic acid in there, and that's going to be a moisture binder. So it'll take the moisture molecule and bind it to your skin, so your skin feels really plump and hydrated. So run it by your doctor, there's also other options for serums for you as well.
Okay, let's see if we can get one more question in before we let you continue.
Yeah, of course.
Someone asked if the products that you were showing for face can be used in different body parts, on legs, on arms, things like that.
Awesome. That's a really great question, actually. So some products I like to keep in certain areas, but for the most part, anything that you use for your face, you can use for the body as far as the masking goes and the serum goes. As I said before, I like to pick, and sometimes my chest does break out, so I have some acne scarring on my chest, so I will use that vitamin C serum. This particular one is from a brand called Sunday Riley, and it's called CEO Glow, and it's an oil, so it does have more hydration to it. So the hydration with the lightening agent that's in here is really good for body as well, because it keeps you nice and hydrated. So you can definitely do that. The only thing that I would say is do not use body lotions on the face, because there are no sebaceous or oil causing pores or glands in your body like there are in our face. We don't want to clog up any pores or irritate your skin or break you out. So pretty much anything for the body, keep it for the body. Anything for your face treatment wise, totally okay to use. I'm actually going to talk about one moisturizer that I do use on my body as well. And the other precaution I would say is anything that is made for the eye area, keep that only to the eye. And anything for face and body, do not use that around the eye area. That would be my only extra.
Amazing. Thank you. We have some more questions, but let's let you continue, and
Awesome.
maybe you'll answer them before we even ask. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Those are really great questions, everybody. Thank you so much. So now that we talked about cleansing, the different treatment options, let's talk about some moisturizers. So moisturizing is something that you want to do every single day. We want to retain that hydration, and especially as we age, our bodies naturally lack that essential moisture that our skin really needs. And also our skin gets thinner as we age. So those 13-year-olds have much plumper skin than some of our more mature clients. And so for more mature clients, I love recommending a lot of hydration. So I have two different options that I'm going to talk about for hydration. One is a traditional moisturizer consistency, and the other one is an oil. So the first one is this one right here. It's from Drunk Elephant. It is called the Lala Retro Whipped Cream, and I really like this one because it has a ton of antioxidants, number one. And number two, there are 8 different oils that are in here, but it doesn't feel heavy like some oils can. So this one is a really great option for that extra hydration, that extra fortification of the skin. And you're also protecting your skin with those antioxidants. So this I really enjoy using. And the other one is my multitasker that I was just mentioning. And this one is the Josie Maran Argan Oil. There we go. Josie Maran Argan Oil. And this is 100% argan oil. So what Josie and her team does is they grab and harvest all of these argan nuts and they cold press them, thus releasing the oil. Then they take the oil, they purify it, and they put it in here. So this is an organic product. This is a clean product. And for oils, you want to take a couple drops and drop it into your hand, warm it up, very similar how I did with the serum oil, and press it into the skin. I have a lot of tattoos all over my body, so I like to use this on my body to heal my tattoos. The vitamin E that is naturally found in the argan oil is really calming and soothing for your skin. So if you have redness, or you have little like nicks or cuts, or if your kitty cat scratches you by accident, you can definitely press this and that'll help to heal. So this is called the Josie Maran Argan Oil. And this comes in a smaller size like this, and also a really big container, which I have bought in the past because in the summertime, I really like it on my legs. So legs get itchy and dry during the summertime. And then the other option you do have too, because SPF, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, is also extremely important for our skin. So this one right here is from a brand called Supergoop. It's called the Super Screen. And this is an SPF and moisturizer in one. So you either have the option to get a non-SPF moisturizer and then just grab a separate SPF, or you can do your nighttime without the SPF and then your daytime with the SPF. So you have options. Really do whatever feels good for you. I have both options just because I have way too much product at my house. So that's fun. Options are a beautiful thing to have. So today I'm going to use the Drunk Elephant Moisturizer, and I'm going to put the SPF over the top because I am doubling my SPF today as a makeup primer. So portion control is going to be also very important. So I would say for pretty much anybody, the size of a pea, if we're dealing with anything for the face, is more than enough. Like I said, we want to make sure that these products last. So size of a pea is for your face. And we're just going to press this in. And I'm using that Drunk Elephant Whipped Moisturizer. And then portion control for the eye area is about the size of one rice grain split between both of your eyes. So that's a great way to remember the portion control. So pea for your face, rice for your eyes. So I just pressed that moisturizer into my skin, and then now I'm going to cap it off with an amazing SPF. This is also from the brand Supergoop, and it's called Unseen Sunscreen. It is SPF 40. Supergoop is an incredible brand for SPF. They have a wide range of products from SPF for your lips, for your face, your body. Also, they have some for your scalp. So if you're going through treatment and you don't have hair or your hair is thinning, that is a great product to have on hand to protect your skin. Obviously, hats are very important as well. But if you want that extra layer, using that SPF, it's called Poof Powder, Part Powder, something cute like that. But it's basically kind of like a dry shampoo. And you just pop it right into your part. I use that when I'm outside for if in my past life going to festivals, I had that. Or if I was in a wedding outside or just going on hikes now, I love having that in my hair to protect my skin. They also have a product that is actually an eyeshadow, like a cream eyeshadow that has SPF in it. So that's really cool. And then we're going to moisturize our eyes. So remember, size of a rice grain. For both of your eyes, you want to use your ring finger because the ring finger is going to apply the least amount of pressure. And this is the thinnest skin around our whole entire body. So we want to lightly tap all around. You can feel around the eye area. This is this bone here. So it feels like a little bowl. This is called your orbital bone. And you want to press and tap that eye cream every day and every night all the way around that orbital bone. You don't want to take it up along the lash line because this product will naturally move with the warmth of our body. So it will migrate a little bit. So I like to take it all the way around the brow bone because this is going to help to lift and firm around the eye area. Eye creams are so important because these are going to help to depuff. It helps with dark circles, and it also helps with any fine lines or wrinkles because, again, that hydration is going to keep your skin nice and plump. Another fun fact, if you have puffies in the morning, you can keep 2 spoons in the refrigerator. And then after you put on your eye cream, you can take those spoons and lightly massage around the eye area because that'll help to take down puffies. And that's one of my favorite tricks for around the eye because I get very puffy in the morning, especially with my allergies lately. And that concludes our little skincare spiel. Were there any other burning questions about skincare?
Why, there were, in fact.
Yay!
Okay, just 2 in particular. One is, as part of someone's treatment plan, they need to wear a mask on their face, and they've developed rash on the side of their nose. Is there anything specific we can do for that?
Yeah. So kind of speaking back to those calming and soothing products, that you can do a calming and soothing moisturizer around that area and just press and be very, very gentle. So calming and soothing products do not put, if you have any open spots, or I like to call them hot spots, on the face that are compromised, I'd be very careful with putting your treatments around those areas. Do not use your exfoliator around those areas. Just put a little bit of hydration and that calming and soothing motion of pressing, and just be mindful of that area until it starts to heal up. anything calming and soothing. There's, actually I have it here. There's this moisturizer from a brand called Ren. It's called Evercalm. And this has probably the most calming and soothing. They also have a serum too that's really, really nice. So I really, really like this one. So yeah, so Ren Evercalm, they come in a serum and a moisturizer. I would suggest popping that on there.
Perfect. Last question. Many of us have scars from surgeries and treatments, and a couple people wanted to know what they could use on the scars, mastectomy scars or other scars like that.
Awesome. Great question. So for scarring, vitamin E is really important. So this product here from the Josie Moran Argan Oil is really nice. And then just doing a little massaging motion, because that's going to help to break down all of that scar tissue that's kind of built up as a defense for healing. So that's going to help to break that down. So doing that massaging motion a couple times a day will help to break that down. There's another product that I wanted to speak to as well. It's called D Scar, so just the letter D and the word scar, by a brand called Kate Somerville. And I absolutely love that for scarring. My friend had a scar here from, she had a little lump removed, and she had a really big scar there, and she really, really loved the way that that product works. So it just comes in a little squeeze tube, and you massage with the roller ball on any scarring. It helps for the face, it helps for the body, it helps if you have mastectomy scars. Really great for that. It's not gonna be your magical, make it completely go away, but it makes a huge difference. And then also SPF, if the scar is exposed to the sun, SPF over that site is going to be really important as far as keeping the discoloration from getting deeper from the scar tissue.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to brows.
Awesome. Yay. My personal favorite part as well. I love, love, love brows. So fun fact for you all. In my career, I was trained by brand founders and global artists for all of the companies that Sephora carries. So all of these extra tips and tricks that I am giving you today, you basically got them by proxy from the brand founders themselves. So this trick is something that I learned from the brand founder, Anastasia of Anastasia Beverly Hills, the brow queen. So she has a lot of different options for you for brows. And I'm going to take you through how to map out your brows. It's pretty easy. It's a little intimidating at first, but I will tell you, practice does make perfect. It's something that you're not going to get perfect the first time. If you do, that is amazing. Good for you. But it does take some practice. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills in camera, there we go, brow definer. And so this is a little double-ended pencil. One side has the spoolie in, it looks like a little mascara wand, and the other side is the retractable brow product itself. This one I really love because it gives probably the most natural looking brow, and it doesn't matter if you have no brows, sparse brows, or full brows, this product's great. So what I like to do first is take my brow pencil on that spoolie comb end, and I just like to, if I have any brow hairs, pull up and out just to kind of get everybody situated. Then the mapping, what we want to do is make 3 basic dots with the brow pencil of where our middle part, high part, and how far out our brow is going to go. So take your pencil as almost like a protractor, and we're going to start mapping out. So we're going to go from the nostril to the inner corner of the eye and then up to that brow bone. If you have hairs there, use it as a guide. If you don't, feel for that brow bone and use that brow bone as a guide. And also you can move your face around a little bit and see where your brows kind of naturally sit by seeing that movement. So I'm taking my pencil, I'm looking straight ahead into the mirror, which is actually you all, so hopefully I'm lining up. So middle of the eye here, the center part, right on your nostril, and then up to that brow bone, and then you're just gonna make a little dot with the pencil. And then the highest point, for the highest point, you have creative control of how high up you want your brow to be or how straight you want your brow to be. Totally up to you. Practice both, see what you like best. So for me, I like a little bit of a higher arch, so I look sassier during the day. So we're gonna go center of the nose, right through the center of the eye, and then up into the brow bone. And then we're just gonna take the pencil and make a little dot. So just to recap so far, side of the nose, right where your nostril is, inner corner of the eye, and then up to the brow bone. Then we move the pencil to the center of the nose, through the center of the eye, and then up to the brow, made another little dot. And then the last point is how far out your brow is going to go. Also, you have artistic control over that one. Outside of the nose again, outside corner of the eye, and then up to the brow. So my brow is going to end up around here somewhere. So we have our 3 points for the brow. Now that we have those points, let's start penciling the brow. So if you do not have any brow hairs, just start sketching with little short strokes. Start sketching a line connecting those dots. And then if you want to use the spoolie end as an eraser, so you can see right here I have a little dot, you can just erase that with the spoolie end. So don't worry about plotting your points because that can be removed. So I always like to tell people to start right in the inner corner because it's a great place to kind of begin your journey here. And then little short strokes because you're going to kind of feather in that brow. So you can be mindful too of how thick or thin your brow is as you're playing around with it. So I always like to tell people to get your mirror, look close, do a little bit, and then kind of step back and look in the mirror because sometimes you can get a little carried away with the brows and then you step back and you're like, whoa, okay, that's a strong brow today. So remember, little short strokes to connect those dots, and then you can take your brow, your spoolie end, and comb up and out.
Erica,
So remember,
just a quick question. Folks were asking if they could see the tip of the eyeliner or the brow pencil you're using, the chisel tip.
Yeah, so you can see this is the flat side, and then as I'm turning, it comes to almost like a little point. So the pencil itself almost is like a triangle shape. If you can see that, it's like a little triangle shape, like that. So I like to hold on the side. So it has more of that, you can use that flat chiseled. It's a better way to get a more precise edge on your brow. Any other questions while I'm filling in my other one? Awesome. So just remember little short strokes, build up that brow, map out your brows first, and then you can take the spoolie end and comb out, and then you're going to build up your brow. So we do have at Sephora, if you do not have any brow hairs, we do have stencils by Anastasia. And I really like the stencils because you just pick out the shape that you'd like, place it over your brow, then you can take a powder. I like to use a powder for this over the pencil because the powder looks a lot softer. Take the powder, like an eyeshadow, you can use that matches similarly to your hair color if you have hair. So I like to use that and just take that and fill in. Another option you can do too is either a brow powder or an eyeshadow powder. If you do not have brow powder, that's okay. Look through your eyeshadows if you have any and make sure that you are choosing a color that does not have any shimmer in it. And you can definitely use that in the brows. So the other thing you can do to build up your brows is use your pencil and then get a brow gel. So this brow gel I really love. It is also by Anastasia. We have a lot of great brands at Sephora. All of my product here just so happens to be Anastasia. And this is a brow gel. It looks like a little mascara. And this obviously is lighter than my natural hair color. And the reason why I picked something a little bit lighter is because it's gonna act as like a highlight to any hairs that I do have in my brows. So it's going to give you a more dimensional brow, thus looking a little more natural. And if you do not have any hairs, this will actually stick to the skin too. So it will give you that natural highlight. So I love using these two types of products when I'm building up my brow. Awesome. Before we get on to the eyeliner section, any questions on brows?
So there was one question that just came in about, I know you had mentioned with the highlighting a little lighter, but choosing the brow pencil, how do you know what color to choose?
Awesome. Great question. So if you are working with any hair on either your brows or your head, then you want to get something. If you are a medium to deeper hair tone, you want to go a shade or two lighter than your natural hair. If you are more fair and you have blonde and lighter features, you want to go a shade or two darker. So you want to create that dimension. And if you like to match straight on, you can definitely match straight on. If you have more gray tones and ashy tones in your hair, you want to get something that will be more cool toned, so it won't look so warm or red or orangey. There are a lot of really great options. And if your hair is more red or auburn, there's options for that too that'll have that nice red. So remember, if your hair is more of that medium to deep tone, go a shade or two lighter with the brow. Anything light to medium, you want to go a shade or two darker. And if your hair is like mine, so the roots are deep and then the ends are light, you can kind of choose something in between the two. And that's usually what I do. So you can see the difference in my hair from the root to the end.
Thank you. First, a couple of notes. I want to thank Sue, who has done a great job of typing product names into the chat box. So thank you for that. But I do want to remind people that we will send out a complete list afterward. And I want to move quickly because we are running a bit behind schedule because people are so engaged and have so many questions, to do liner and lashes. And then we'll finish with concealer and hopefully have time for just a couple more questions.
Absolutely. So the liner is a fun trick, and it is called tight lining. So this is another thing that kind of looks a little intimidating, but once you practice, you'll be a pro in no time. So you want to take a pencil, and the pencil part is really important. You don't want a liquid because it's going to move around and it can bleed into your eyes, and that is extremely uncomfortable. Take it from me. Been there, done that. So you don't have to. So I love a twistable, retractable pencil because I don't like messing with the pencil sharpeners. It's kind of a pain in my butt. And then you're not scratching your eye from the wood from shaving down the pencil. This one I'm using is from Marc Jacobs. It is a gel, so it's going to stick to the skin a lot better. So I love, love, love this pencil. So what we're going to do is you can take a mirror, and what you want to do is look, put it down by your chin, and just with your eyes, look down into the mirror. You can take the pencil and then press and wiggle in between your lashes. So I'm going to show you from a different angle so you can see exactly where I'm placing this. So I'm going to take my pinky, I'm going to lift up on the lid, and then I'm going to press and wiggle right up underneath and that squishy waterline and in between the lashes. So for you, for application, you just want to press and wiggle, move over to the next section, press and wiggle. Dun, 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 dun. Awesome. So you can see that this eye is a little more defined and my lashes look a little thicker and fuller than this side. If you do not have any eyelashes, then this is going to give the illusion of more definition that eyelashes would give you. So remember to look and press and wiggle, and then eventually you can get really great at this and not even need a mirror and just go by feel. So that is my tight lining technique. It's very simple. Definitely give yourself some practice because sometimes it is hard to get used to. So remember, right in that squishy waterline, and really pay attention to how that feels. And if your eyes get watery, because sometimes that happens, you just look up into the light and real hard sniff right through your nose, because somehow, I don't know why, but that works to suck up any tears. Really great technique for that. So that is my eyeliner technique called tight lining.
Erica, is that safe to do with contacts in?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. It's very rare that I have mine in, but I use that technique all the time with my contacts. Just be very mindful with the pencil that you don't bump the contact or draw on the contact, because that will be another problematic thing for you. Any questions on the tight lining? Awesome. Cool. So,
Sorry, Erica, I just
Oh, yeah.
saw one come in about the placement of the pencil when you're doing the tight line. It was whether you're actually going kind of on the inside of the lid or in between the lashes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so it's not going to be up underneath the lid. It's going to be right where that squishy water line is. So I'll show you right here. So you can see where that pinky bit is right here along my eye. So it's going to be here, but on your top lid. So right in that squishy, pinky, fleshy bit. And then I also push it in between the actual eyelashes itself.
Yeah. And when I do it, I'm not so comfortable sticking it right in there. So I kind of just go in between the lashes themselves and then smear it around. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great hack too if you
makes
don't
it
feel
look a little
comfortable.
smoky and smudgy.
Yeah, if you don't feel very comfortable, you can definitely do it on the top of your eyelid too, really close to those lashes. And you can take any type of eyeshadow brush and just smudge it so it looks really soft and it blends everything together. I love that. Thank you, Sue. So we always have questions on lashes. So I just grabbed a random pair of lashes. If you want to use them, this is more of a traditional way. I can definitely do a whole entire class on actual lashes themselves, but I'll just give you kind of some high level tricks. So when you have your lashes, you take them out of the container. You never want to take them and peel them off. You're going to want to take your finger and roll down to separate the lash from the container. Another trick is to take these and measure them on your eyelid first. So, because you always want to cut them down so they fit your eyes, because it's going to be very uncomfortable if you have a lash that does not fit your eye. So you want to take your mirror, like we did with the tight lining, put it underneath your face, look down so it's more comfortable for your eye. And then you're just going to line up the lash right, if you have lashes where your lashes naturally start and stop. If you do not have lashes, a great way to kind of see where you want to start and stop is if you look in the mirror straight ahead, right where the whites of your eyes, like the actual eyeball itself, start and stop. That's great placement for you. So once you see how much you need to cut off, if any, if you have nice big doe eyes, you probably won't need to cut that much off. So you can just measure on the outside corner. So for me, I know I have to cut off about that much of my lash. So I'll take my lash. You always want to cut from the outside in, cut that off. Then you can take your lash glue. You want to be careful and mindful that you grab a lash glue that does not have formaldehyde in it. And again, if you have concerns with ingredients, run it by your doctor first. Then you can take your lash glue, and then you'll just lightly put a little bit of glue along the band, just paint that on. And then you're gonna wanna wait about 30 to 60 seconds. So you can do like the wing dance, everybody does this a lot, or you can blow on it. And then you're gonna wait till it gets a little sticky and tacky. And then you'll look down into the mirror and then place that lash right along the lash line. And once it's placed down, because we waited a few seconds and it gets tacky, you can take your fingers and press like this. So you're gonna have to like sandwich the lash like that to your eyelid, and then you have your lash. So that's like real quick tips is when you're taking the lash band off of the packaging, you wanna take your finger and press and roll. The other one is to take from the outside corner with some scissors and cut to measure. And the other one is to look down into your mirror so it's more comfortable for your eye. Place it on top of your lid and smush together. So I know it looks a lot easier than it is. I still to this day struggle with lashes if I'm not giving myself a lot of time. And it's something you definitely want to practice. One of my other tips too is to buy a lower price point lash before you invest in a good lash. I think these ones are like $20 at Sephora. They're by a brand called Tarte. They're really pretty. They look really full, but they actually are very natural when you put them on the lash. But you can go to Target and get the e.l.f. brand for $1 to practice on, because if you mess those up, it was $1 before you invest in the good ones. The advantage of getting good ones and higher quality is that you can use them more often. And you can reuse them, which is really nice. So any question?
Yeah, one additional question. You actually covered a lot, but somebody asked about magnetic lash.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was actually gonna put a little plug about those too. So magnetic lashes, there are 2 different kinds that I have seen. I've experimented with one kind, not the second kind. So the first one is going to be the kind that have the actual little magnets on them, and they come in 2 different levels. So you have 2, and they're basically going to sandwich on your natural lashes, and they're going to be magnetized that way. So your natural lash is in between the 2 layers, and those magnets are going to stick like that. So that's a great option for you if you have lashes. Now, if you don't have lashes, there's nothing to hold on to. So we want to be mindful of that. The only disadvantage of those types that sandwich your natural lash is that the ends of the lash do kind of flip up a little bit. So if you're further away from people, they can't see it. But if you have anybody that's going to be talking closer to your face, they are going to be able to see where the magnet is not. So the lash is like this, and the magnet is just right here. It's not the full magnet. So that's the only opportunity for these brands. And the second kind is a kind that comes with like a paint on eyeliner that has the magnets, and then the actual lash sticks to the magnet. So it's the full thing. So I like that idea. The only thing is the ingredients. I have no idea what they're putting in there. So if you're interested in that option, I haven't tried it yet, bring it up to your doctor for sure. And then to remove your eyelashes, I really love the Green Clean Cleansing Balm. Any type of makeup remover that you have and you want to use that's specific for the eye area will break down the lash glue. You want to be very gentle and very careful. So you can put it and let it soak and sit on your lashes, and then you can take a Q-tip and gently remove the rest of that. So that is how you're going to want to just be very careful, especially if you have lashes that are trying to hang on. So be careful with those.
Thank you. Shall we move to concealer now?
Sounds good to me. Awesome. So concealer, I have a couple tricks for that. If you have darkness around the eye area, I am Sicilian. I also don't sleep as well as I should. So I am prone to darkness around my eye areas. So I always introduce a color corrector. If you're using if you have any type of blue or purple or brown from treatments around the eye area, very typical. Color corrector is going to help to neutralize that. So if you think about a color wheel, so it has the whole rainbow on here, orange and blue are on opposite ends of that color wheel. So the orange on top of a blue is going to neutralize. So it's not a lot of that blue is going to show through. So that's why I'm using an orangey peachy. If you are more on the fair side like I am, a lighter peach is going to be all you need. If you have medium to a deeper skin tone, a deeper, richer orange color is going to be best for you. So lighter to medium skin tones, a peachy tone, like this one is going to be great. Sephora collection has some really amazing ones. I don't think we sell this one anymore, which is unfortunate. It's so good, but the Sephora collection ones I also have here and I really love. So for placement, I only put it where I see the blue and the purple on my eyes. So if you put your color corrector, so your peachy or orange tone, if you put it in a spot, like say right here, that doesn't need the color correction, all you're doing is discoloring. So you're just putting that where you see blues, purples, and browns. And then you can take your ring finger and just press, because we're just infusing this into the skin and taking any excess off of your face, because you want to be mindful how much product you put on around the eye area. So if you have fine lines, wrinkles, texture around the eye area, more product is only going to make that more apparent. So when we're putting on our color corrector, you want to use very thin layers, because that will show up and it's not cute. So now that we have our color corrector down, which is totally an optional step for you, but I figure it's nice to know how. Elevate those artistry skills. Now you're just going to take your concealer. For around the eye area, a concealer that comes in a wand is going to be a better option for you because by nature, the wand concealers are more hydrating. So for placement, when we want to brighten around the eye area, we want to start in the inner corner of the eye like this. And then we're just going to bring down and up so it almost looks like a little triangle. And that's going to help to brighten around the eye area. So we just want to do, we call it the triangle of light. And if you have redness in other areas of the face, you can definitely go ahead and put some of that concealer down for some extra hydration or extra coverage. So I'm using a Beauty Blender sponge, little cosmetic sponge here. I did pre-wet this, so it is damp. You want to wet the Beauty Blender sponge because then it's not going to absorb all of your product, and that extra hydration does feel really, really nice on the skin. So I'm just pressing and packing this product because I'm not wiping it because it's just going to move the product around, and we're placing it in very specific areas. And then you can also take, as you can see, my lids look a little discolored. You can take whatever's left over, and this is where you can just gently swipe around the eye area so you can see the darkness, and now it's more even around this side. So we always want to press, press, press with our little Beauty Blender sponge. Sephora Collection has their own, which I also really love, and it's half the price. And then that way you can blend that out. So concealer color choice, when you want to brighten up any darkness around the eye area, you want to choose a shade or two that's lighter than your skin tone. So you can see for me, because I don't have any foundation on, you can see the difference in color and also how bright my eyes are. So if you are brightening up around the eye, you want it to be a shade or two lighter, maybe even more. Totally depends on your personal preference. And if you are trying to neutralize or conceal any spots, so like here I have a little blemish. That was a fun friend to deal with. He was really big. I didn't like that. You can just use your concealer and press, and then you can use the Beauty Blender or your finger and then do one of these to hide the discoloration. So that is my spiel about concealer. Any questions?
Yes, we do have a couple of questions.
Awesome.
So somebody, and we're going to try and go quickly now because we're already over and I want to get as much information as possible.
Of course.
Somebody had mentioned that due to treatment, they have some fluid buildup in their neck and wanted to know if you could use concealer to contour the area to make it less obvious.
Yes, you can. Anything is possible. But the thing is, do you want to devote the time into doing that every day? And that is totally up to you. If you want to go for it, more power to you. The only reason why I say it is because if it's for the body and around the neck area, sometimes that's really hard because of our clothes. We don't want to get makeup all over our clothes. If you want to, that's totally up to you. But I would say if you want to do the contouring on the body, just be mindful when it is safe to hug people. Remember, if you are going to be hugging somebody, that it is makeup at the end of day, it will come off on your clothes. So like for me and my collars, I wear a lot of collared button down shirts, especially for work, and my makeup will get on it. So just be mindful of that. If you want to do the contouring route, go for it. Absolutely. Remember that lighter colors bring to the forefront and deeper colors recede and pull back. So if you have texture, if it's like on the neck like this is our high point, you can use a little bit of a darker color here on the top. You can use a little bit of a lighter color around the areas that are sunk back, so that does bring that nice even playing field, if you will.
So let's go with two more questions.
Awesome.
One of them is, can you just give a tip or two about applying lipstick or lip gloss?
Absolutely. I love lipsticks. Oh my goodness. My favorite thing.
That wasn't on the agenda, but inquiring minds, you know.
I love it. I love it. I'm just digging through my little box of makeup. I have like 12 boxes all over my room. So this one has my lipsticks in it. So here we are. So color choice is also going to be very important. And me speaking from a purely artistry driven mindset, whatever color you want, rock it out. If you want to wear a yellow lipstick, go for it. No one can tell you. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't look good. If you like it, you wear it. I love that. So when it comes to like nudes, this would be my only real advice for color choice is like for nudes is you want to go a little bit darker than your natural lip because you don't want to have like one color across your face. So we want to build dimension. Another tip too is when we're looking for a nude, match to the inside of your lip. So sometimes I'm walking around the store like this, looking for my perfect nude. So that's a great like kind of guide. So for lip glosses, I love those because they're super duper easy to apply. All you want to do is pick your favorite shade and then just put it on like you would a chapstick. If you're using a lip gloss that has a deeper or more higher concentration of pigment, sometimes it will feather and like move around on your face. So that's when I would suggest using a either a liquid lipstick for a base that is matte so it has something to hold on to, or you can also use a lip liner. So lip liners, what I would do is choose a shade that one shade darker than whatever color you're using and use that all over the lip as a base. And then you can also do something that is clear. Clear is great because it's universal and you can go around the outside lip so then it keeps a barrier so things don't spread. So lip liners are awesome for lip glosses, lipsticks. Like this one's one of my favorite nudes to use. And for application, I love to work from the outside up. So our hands naturally will kind of fill out if we go from the outside up versus the top down. So if you have a thinner lip like I do on the top, I love to go from the bottom up because that naturally rounds out your lip. So my lip is fuller on the bottom, so I can just kind of all willy-nilly get in there like I'm going to do now. So there we go. So bottom's done. Now for the top, we want to go from the outside corner up, outside corner up. Another tip too that I love is to have a tissue so you can blot. Blotting is awesome because that will help to remove any of the excess that can travel on teeth. And I have a trick for that. I'm going to put gloss over the top just for a little extra shine. And my trick for lipstick, not on your teeth, make sure that your hands are clean, of course, and wash your hands after as well, is you're going to go like this. And then whatever's left over on your finger will not be on your teeth. So a little hand sandy afterwards. And that is my trick for some lip.
That's beautiful. Thank you. So there are other questions, and we are going to do our best to reach out to you, Erica and Sue, and get answers for the people. But we have to stop now. So let me just, first of all, take a second to thank both Sue and Erica for sharing your expertise. It was truly a tag team between the chat room and the video. I know based on the questions and the comments we're receiving in chat how much it was appreciated. I also want to thank our sponsors, Seattle Genetics, GSK, Eisai, Daiichi Sankyo, and the Sigmund and Edith Blumenthal Memorial Fund. I want to remind you that Sharsheret is there for you and your loved ones during this time. We provide emotional support, mental health counseling, and other programs designed to help you and your family navigate through the cancer experience. All of our support programs are 100% free, completely private, one-on-one. Our number is 866-474-2774. But of course, you can also email us at clinicalstaff@sharsheret.org. That might be a little tricky to spell. We're going to put that into the chat box. Our social workers, genetic counselor, they're all available to each of you. You are our priority. your health and well-being, and we're going to help you get through this, and we'll all get through it together. We have several exciting webinars on a wide range of topics planned for the summer. Please check our website out regularly to see what topics are coming up. When you go onto our website, the homepage, there's a link right there for pandemic programming, which includes all of our webinars. Of particular note, on July 16th, we'll be presenting an important medical updates from ASCO, the American Society of Clinical Oncology, with Dr. Ruth Oratz, who is a medical oncologist at NYU Langone Medical Center. We'll be sending out that information in the near future. The last thing that I wanted to mention was that on Monday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, we are partnering once again with the Marlene Meyerson JCC in Manhattan to bring Broadway's Best for Breast Cancer. I will be representing Sharsheret on that webinar. And the series is co-hosted by Broadway star Mandy Gonzalez. For those of you who are Broadway fans, she was in Wicked, Hamilton, In the Heights. And this week will include Chef AJ, a television cook, speaker, and author of the book Unprocessed. You can register for that on our website as well. Again, thank you to both of you. Thank you to everyone who logged on, and we look forward to getting you more information. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. It's great to see everybody.
Thanks so much.